Hey everyone, I'm Joe and I'm an IT specialist here at Nagios. And in today's video, I'll be talking about how to monitor Windows 7 machines with Nagios XI using SNMP so you can stay ahead of problems and ensure smooth operations. Monitoring Windows 7 machines with Nagios XI using SNMP ensures you can track system performance, maintain security, and detect failures, even on legacy systems. Since Windows 7 is no longer supported by Microsoft, proactive monitoring is essential to ensure business continuity, preserve uptime, and mitigate risk. Come on, let's dive in and get started. As you can tell, I'm on a virtual machine of Windows 7. The first step we want to do is head to the bottom left and search up Features. We want to click on Programs and Features, and when this window pops up, we want to click on Turn Windows Features on or off. Another screen will pop up. I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger. And we want to click on Simple Network Management Protocol, or SNMP. We want to do the drop-down menu, and we want to do both of them. So WMI, SNMP Provider, and then SNMP itself. We can click OK. And then this might take a second for it to configure. Awesome. Now that's all done, we can close out of that window. We can go back down to our Start menu, and now we can search up Services. I'm going to make this screen big as well. Now we're in our Services tab, and these are all of the services that are on our computer. The majority of them are not started, but again, a lot of them are started. So we want to scroll down and search for the SNMP service. It is already started, but we're going to eventually have to restart it no matter what. So we can right-click on it, and then we can go down to Properties. And then when you're in here, we want to go to Agent. And then under Agent, we want to make sure that you have all your services checked depending on what you're monitoring. So just for this demo purposes, I'm going to do all of them. The next portion we want to go to is Security. Under Security, this is where we want to add our community string. So under Accepted Community Names, we want to click Add. And then we want to make sure our community rights are in read only. For your community name, you want to make this as something that you will remember, as you're going to need it eventually in Nagios XI. So for this, I'm just going to do Test, and then click Add. Also, depending on what you're doing, we can either do accept SNMP packets from any host or accept SNMP packets from these hosts. If you have certain hosts that you want to monitor, then you can do accept SNMP packets from certain host, and then you can click on Add. And then here you're going to want to type in the host name, IP, or IPX address. Since I'm going to do it from any host, then I'm going to leave it as this one. We can click Apply, and then OK. And then we're not done here yet, so we want to right-click it again, and we want to make sure that we restart it. This just configures all the settings. We can close out of this now. And the last step that we're going to want to do on here is go down to Start, open up Windows Firewall with Advanced Security. On the left-hand side, click on Inbound Rules. And then we want to make sure these four ICMP v4 and then ICMP v6 are all active. You'll know they're active by having the green check mark to the left of it. And if it's not active, such as these up here, then we can go up to the top right and click Enable Rule. But since all mine are active, it's only Disable Rule. So we don't have to do anything here. Now we can jump ship over to Nagios XI. Here on Nagios XI, we want to hover over the gearbox icon and click on Configuration Wizards. From here, we want to click on the search bar and type in SNMP. We can click on Windows SNMP and then type in the IP address of your target machine. Beneath this, we can choose our operating system. Then we're going to be choosing Windows 7. And then we have some more SNMP settings down below. So the default version is 2C. We want to make sure it is on 2C. And then the port has to be on 161, as 161 is 2C's port for SNMP. The very last setting is the community string. So as you remember, I did test for mine, and then here you want to input whatever you put yours as earlier. We can click next. And then here are the fun and customizable settings. Starting at the very top, we have our host name. So this is what is going to pop up whenever you go to your host and services on Nagios XI. So for example, I'm going to do test SNMP Windows 7. Let's make this a capital. Down below, we have the specific services that we would want to monitor. So we have ping, CPU, physical memory usage, virtual memory usage, and disk usage. All of these are checked default, but if you don't want to monitor these, then you can just click off of them. To the right of these, we have the thresholds. So for example, when the CPU reaches 80% usage, then we'll get a warning threshold and or notification. And then when it reaches 90%, we'll get a critical threshold and or notification. Same goes for the rest of these. It's just a little bit different metrics. Underneath disk usage, the wizard automatically detects what drives are in the target machine. If there are any drives that are not put in here, then you can just click add row, put in the drive, and then add your thresholds. Down below, we have our services. So as you can see, the SNMP wizard detected 56 services on our IP and or target machine. So I'm just going to click on a few of these. We have base filtering engine, COM plus event system, and diagnostic policy service. If we clicked on one and we don't want it on there, then we can just click delete row. To the right of it, we have the display name. So it's automatically filtered as what the service name is. But if you want to display it as, let's see, we'll do base engine. Then over on our services tab for the host, then it's going to be displayed as base engine. I'm going to keep all these active. And then for our last, we have processes. So here we can specify any processes that should be monitored to ensure they are running. And then the SNMP wizard detected 24 processes on our target machine. I'm going to click on a few of these again, just some random ones. And then same goes for processes as it was as services, except it's not going to automatically fill the display name. So I'm going to do Explorer LSM. After you configured all these settings, we can scroll back to the bottom and click Next. Here we have some more check interval settings. So under normal circumstances, Nagios XI will monitor the host every 5 minutes. You're more than welcome to change this to your liking. So if you want it to be less, then you can do 3 minutes, 2 minutes, etc. At this bottom portion, we have when a potential problem is first detected, Nagios XI will recheck the host and service every minute up to 5 times before sending a notification. Again, this is customizable to your liking. I'm going to leave it default just for demo purposes. We can click Next. Here we have some notification settings. Nagios XI default notification setting is to send a notification immediately. If you do not want that, then you can turn that off and do any other one of these. Again, for demo purposes, I'm going to leave this whole page default. Here we have desired host groups and parent host groups. I'm going to leave this default. And now we can finish and apply our settings. This may take a second to configure. Awesome. And we are successfully monitoring Windows SNMP with Nagios XI. And that's it. You've now officially set up your Windows 7 machine and are monitoring it in Nagios XI using SNMP. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment any other videos you'd like to see on Nagios XI tutorials. Happy monitoring!